feel like I just came off the mountain, bro. With these goggles on, I feel like I just came off the mountain.
This looks like a disgusting combination.
If we put them all together.
Soju, rum, and then just some craft beer. Disgusting. You need some chase, bro? Did you bring the pineapple juice?
I did not. Oh.
You want the pineapple juice?
I think I'll be okay. I'll just sip on this.
Hey, crack one. Grab one. Crack a cold one, bud. Cold one, bud.
But why?
This is a very Canadian episode.
I know why, but why is? Can someone tell me why the slang for like hockey players is like, they say bud and shit. It's
Bud?
pretty much like a Canadian accent, but like super.
I don't know. It's a very friendly slang.
Yeah.
Like slang out in Toronto be like, I'll hit a brick outside, and it's so aggressive. But like here, it's like, hey, bud. How you doing, bud? I hope you're doing well, bud.
We all talk Ned Flanders. Like, sorry. Hey, bud.
Face up. That's the front of it. Yeah.
Ned Flanders.
Ned Flanders.
Ned Flanders, man.
Nice and cozy,
Nice
eh?
and
cozy.
It's like we have moose behind us.
Dude, this is so actually so fucking Canadian.
What the hell?
What do you think is like the most Canadian thing? Canadian thing?
Off the top of my head, Timbits.
Timbits is pretty
Timbits,
Canadian.
Tim Hortons.
Tim
That's
Hortons is pretty fire.
That's pretty Canadian.
Dude,
It is
in the States, they call it donut holes.
Oh yeah, because
I
it's
kid you
the
not.
part you cut out
Yeah.
of the
Is that
donut.
weird?
That is weird.
What's that? We call it Timbits. It sounds like we're eating little children. Little Timmy children. The bits of Tim,
What flavor Timbit you want? Oh, Nick.
I want the Nick flavored. But what? Sorry, what? Okay, so this is how we're gonna do this.
All right.
All right, just so you guys know, it's 12:40 right now. We just came from. I
12:40
don't know
a.m.
what we just did. Yo, you.
I was karaokeing. Karaokeing? Is that a word?
Yeah.
Karaokeing for the past 3 hours, probably. I don't know
Yeah.
how long you was in the hot tub for.
for like an hour, but like the hot tub wouldn't get hot,
Oh, that's sad.
so it's like a lukewarm tub.
Not a hot tub, a lukewarm.
It's a
tub.
lukewarm tub. I felt like vegetables sitting in an old soup. It's kind of gross.
Just floating there.
Where that soup after it's done, it's just like slowly just like fading.
The skim. The gross skim. All right, starting in 3, 2, 1. What up, guys? Welcome back to Behind the Bar, episode 7 or 6.
6.
Sorry, 6. Right now, as you can see, we're not at home. We're
Home
on
away
a-
from home.
Home away from home.
Shout out to Airbnb.
Yeah.
Sponsor us.
Sponsor us. Yeah. And that'd be kind of cool though. Each podcast had a different B&B that they just like sponsor for us.
That'd be kind of sick.
That would be sick.
And
But-
then just move on to like Ubers and then just like
In the cars.
In the
Podcast in those
cars.
cars.
And then our guest is just the driver.
Is the driver.
Whoa.
Don't steal our idea. Don't steal our idea. Don't steal our idea. That's kind of sick. Anyways, yeah, we're on the mountain right now, bud. We're like, where are we? Like Mount Curry near Whistler.
Mount Curry. I actually didn't even know that that's the name of the place that we're
Yeah,
at
it's
until I
like-
saw it on the map.
It's like closer to Pemberton actually than to Whistler. But we're just on a
Yeah.
little trip, My birthday was actually yesterday
Yesterday.
or 2 days ago, technically. You know what I'm
As
saying?
we're filming this.
Yeah, as we're filming this. So a bunch of us just want to go travel, and we're like, let's just film a podcast as we're here.
Why not?
It's easy, it's fun, and anyways, let's just talk about this stuff.
Lloyd looks different today, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Kind of looks better actually. No, it's kinda-
Oh shit! Hey, we gotta roast him when he's not here because
Yeah,
you be
yeah.
roasting Jayare when he's not here.
Yeah, that's true. So
watch
yeah,
that
wait, we're not
episode.
there yet. We're not there yet. Okay. Well, yeah, I'm your host for tonight. I'm your bartender, kind of. I'm on vacation, so I didn't make a drink tonight. Actually, we're just gonna be drinking rum straight.
Straight.
Yeah, bartender on vacation. But I'm your bartender for tonight. My name is Andrew. To my left, I got,
What's up? It's Mar.
and to my right, I got.
What was the pause there? What the heck?
I thought you were gonna say more.
I said, "What's up?" It's
That's it. Okay, sorry.
Yo, what up, Jay?
R.
Sean
Kingston. Make
Yo,
it so.
Sorry, I didn't know how to introduce you. Yeah, so we thought it'd be nice to bring on JR. Sorry, my eyes itchy. It'd be nice to bring on JR because we've been making fun of this guy. We've been roasting him.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah, the last
Literally.
two episodes, which is pretty funny. But he's always in like the background, just laughing and chilling. So, we gotta bring our audience, our fans on board.
Comment down below if you want to be on the podcast.
Yeah, do it. Yeah, and it's just us three today. Lloyd's not here because I miss him. I don't know why he's not here, but it is pretty expensive to come out here. But yeah, sick. You want to take the shot?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
So we're drinking rum tonight. We
It's
had
the captain.
yeah. This bottle was full when we got here, but it's not anymore.
It's not.
All right, cheers up.
Cheers.
Cheers up.
The goggles came on, bro. Oh, that spiced
Oh, that's
rum.
just water.
That's just water.
Yeah, look at that. It all sank to the bottom.
Ew, that's gross.
We drinking today, boys?
Read the can.
All right. Today's craft beer is sponsored by. Sorry, I'm practicing. Oh my god, my hair is crazy right now. Sorry, we just picked this up. I picked this up because I thought it was pretty funny. So it's from Yellow Dog Brewing Company, and it's a hazy pale ale called Squirrel Chaser. So they had this whole like dog theme going on, which is hilarious. A sophisticated hop juice cocktail, cloudy in appearance. Does anyone really read this stuff?
We do now.
We're the ones that do.
Okay, sorry. Cloudy in appearance with intense aromas of pineapple and grapefruit.
Grapefruit?
Grapefruit?
Flute?
Can't speak right now. The first sip provides a pillowy mouthfeel that leads to a tantalizing hop experience with a balanced backbone.
Whoa.
Enjoy this beer undistracted and focused on squirrel. I would love to meet the guys that like created this company because that's pretty funny.
That's smart. That's good marketing.
That is good marketing.
It's good marketing.
I love it.
We love it. We love it.
Yeah, so Yellow Dog Brewing Company. I wish they would talk about themselves a little more. Crafted and brewed in Port Moody, BC. There you go. They're from Port Moody, BC.
Local.
It's a proud supporter of the BC SPCA.
Whatever
Honestly,
that is.
shout out to the SPC. It's the animal shelter. You can adopt dogs, cats.
Sometimes you find JR there.
That's where they found me.
yeah.
That's where we picked him up. We
Picked
picked
him
him
up
up
to
there.
the shelter. I'm sorry.
He was in the cage and he was like,
Pick
me.
Pick me.
Yo, it got real, man. It got real.
Oh, shit. Would you guys adopt an animal?
oh yeah.
I totally would. Yeah.
I feel like people always opt to buy for some reason.
Just because I think it's the application process is long
To
adopt.
It
It
can
can
like
be
adopting
long.
a child? Like you gotta
You gotta
have
you gotta,
steady
you gotta,
income?
you gotta apply for it. Like you send in an application
Oh.
and they might not pick you. Like you have to make sure like that the home is good for the animal.
No abuse in the family?
Yeah. Obviously.
Damn. I did not know it was that intense. I thought you just go to the shelter and you're like, I want that one. And then you just get it.
No, that you do that at the pet store.
The pet stores, you still have to buy there though.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
But it's not like those are new items.
Yeah.
The animal
New
shelter.
items.
That sounds so bad.
New items.
Try our best not to be like, yeah, like these are new toys. You're gonna get a new toy. Like,
You know
these
what,
are
though?
Animals.
I remember one of my friends getting mad at me because I kept calling her dog an it instead of like
oh,
she or
she,
her
him.
or she
Oh.
and or him or whatever. I just be like, oh, I think it's hungry. They'd be like, oh, stop calling it it. It's a thing. Or sorry, it's a person. I don't know what to say.
It's a thing.
Yeah. Anyways, people
Yeah.
get really obsessed with their animals.
I mean, yeah, it's like
Oh yeah, it's like family.
that's your baby. It's your fur
Yeah.
baby.
I
Have a
didn't
fur
get
baby?
it until I like really got to know the dog in Hawaii. So I went to Hawaii for like 2.5 weeks, stayed with my family a little bit. And they have this cutest dog, and I don't know the breed because it was mixed with a whole fuck ton of shit. Which
It's
I
a
feel
mutt.
like, yeah, it's a beautiful mutt.
It looked like a mix of like a pit bull, like a small pit bull.
Yeah.
Like or
It gets
something
mistaken
else.
for a pit
Yeah.
bull, and that's why people are scared of it, but it's actually
It's
so
cute. It's
Pit bulls are so
cute
cute anyway, though.
Yeah, maybe I'll
Yeah.
do like a little picture. There, you can see it. Her name is Mochi. Ah, man.
Mochi, that's so cute.
Mochi's so cute. And yeah, like experiencing like 2.5 weeks with that dog, I understand why people get so
Attached.
sad and attached. Like, oh, sorry, what? So attached to this dog because it's like a family member, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
But like I didn't get that. I was just like, it's a thing. It's an it.
It's living and breathing, dude.
It is living and breathing, and it knows.
Dude, my dog, I swear to God, she's like human. She can speak English. She's just choosing not
Yeah,
to speak English.
she's holding off.
He's like
yeah.
doing her taxes in the back. She's
Yeah.
like-
Honestly, though,
Yeah. Your dog is smart, bro.
it's poodle.
I feel like dogs are
Little Leia.
probably way smarter than us.
A lot of animals are way smarter than us.
Yeah. Like what?
Like a dolphin.
Damn.
Dolphins are smart as fuck,
Yo, they
dude.
do algebra, bro.
Really?
Have you seen that video?
No.
No, I'm playing. They don't do algebra. I got him, bro.
Gaslight his
I got him,
ass.
bro. It smells like smoke in here.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna bully you this episode, but I'm about to bully the fuck out of you. I'm just kidding. No, we be nice. Okay.
All right.
Let's go on the first question.
All right.
So I just want to keep on theme. So we're on a trip right now, obviously. And it's been a pretty good trip.
Mhm.
What do you think was like the best and worst trips you've ever had in your
Oh,
life?
best and worst.
It doesn't have to be like you don't have to tell the whole trip story. Maybe just like one thing that happened there that was like, oh man, this is the best, or like, oh man, I wish I was home right now. You know what I mean? And I feel like we travel quite like in terms of an average person, we've traveled a lot
Yeah, I'd say so.
because
Especially with dance and stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
we get to go to like I mean most of it was in California, but we still got to travel a lot more than the average person.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I feel like we probably have some stories or something. Yeah.
Trying to think. Probably one of my best trips that I can remember was actually to Hawaii too. I think it was. When was it? It might have. Dude, don't do that again. You're gonna spill that shit again, bro. Don't do it
I
again.
want to hold it.
Yo, put a replay of the
The last time, dude.
Oh, I cut a lot of that out. Like, that's embarrassing. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I think it was the one time that I went to Hawaii. I mean, I've been to Hawaii like 3 or 4 times, but when I went with my old dance team, like Sovereign, like it was just like a lot of fun. Like each of us got to teach a class while we were there. We competed and we ended up coming in second. The weather was just good. Like people was great. We met a lot of people. And the island is just always like a great place to be, I feel. You know?
home away from home.
Yeah, really home. Like everyone thought we were locals. Like they were treating us like
Oh,
locals.
damn.
Just because we're Filipino and we look like we're from
You're
there.
dark skinned?
Yeah, that's why.
Bro, when I was in Hawaii, I met this dude that like I still don't know to this day if he was telling the truth. I thought he was Filipino. He looked really Filipino and he like knew a lot of Tagalog and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, like I know like in my dance community back home, like I'm like surrounded by a lot of Filipinos trying to connect with them. And he's like, oh, you're fucking racist, bro. And I was like, what? He's like, I'm black. And I was like, what? Are you real? Because he was like, I don't know if he actually was black. But he's like, bro, you're so racist. And he's like, yo, this guy is so racist
Racial
right now.
profiling.
And then later on, I couldn't tell if he was joking or not. I thought he was being like for real. But then as I was hanging out with the group, I found out it was like an ongoing joke between like him and like all the other people, like all the homies. Or like they don't know. Like he's like racially ambiguous.
Yeah.
Where he's like, I don't know if you're black or if you're Filipino, and he keeps saying that he's black, but I can't tell because his friends are like, you're not. But I'm like, you know what I mean?
Oh, like
Yeah.
you don't know if he's actually like messing with you.
Yeah, he's like messing with me. Like, bro, I can't believe you did that to me. I'm just visiting for a week. Yo, let me chill. I'm here to relax, not to
dude.
figure out your race. Yeah. Anyways, so Hawaii is your best trip.
The one that I can think of. Another one was probably like when we went to Portland for that weekend.
What makes a good trip though? What is like the checklist that you have to
Of a
check
good
off?
trip. I think everything going close to plan. To your if you have an itinerary, like if you have like stuff planned there, if everything goes well and it goes according to plan, I feel like that makes the trip good.
Really?
And if things don't fall into place like the way you want it to, then that could mess up your trip.
Mhm.
You know, because then you're expecting it to be a certain way. But then, I don't know. Obviously, stuff happens. Shit happens. But.
How about you? What do you think is a mark of a good trip?
I got like a pretty good top 3, I think. Like what makes a really good trip is like, so my top 3 is like the right people, right? Because if like you're with the wrong people, you might not vibe out well together, right? But when you're with the right people and you're making like a bunch of jokes, a bunch of different memories, it's like it's hard to beat. I think number 2 after that would be like the right plan. Like, what are we doing? Where are we going? When are we getting there? Kind of thing.
Yeah, but you're so type A.
Okay, but here's my third part to that, because I've got 3, right? So I think right people, right plan, and then my third one would be like trying new experiences with people. Because like that, I feel like that's very niche in terms of like, oh, like you've never gone like bungee jumping. I've never gone bungee jumping. Let's go do it. And then afterwards, boom, like we're like, dude, I was so scared bungee jumping, but I did it. Or like,
and like you solidify like a core memory with that.
Yeah, dying.
or almost dying.
Almost
dying.
You just hear the it snaps in the middle of your bungee jump. Yeah, that's my greatest.
I feel like those top 3, that really makes a really good trip, right?
I feel like the planning thing is for like, because you love to plan.
I love to plan.
You love to have like a concrete plan that you can just follow and like have people. I think you find joy in seeing other people enjoy your plan.
Dude, oh yeah.
I feel like
a lot of people know. Like you would be happy if someone was fucking with your plan.
That's true. But like after you get off,
I'm like low key in the back. He's like,
low key, like yeah.
You like that plan?
You like that plan? You like that
6:30? Yeah. Yeah. Be on time, huh?
But like maybe we should get Marquise on the cast sometime if he wants to. But Marquise and I, like whenever we travel, sometimes we just go to an area, don't do shit, and we just fucking walk around. And the first thing we see, we'll just do it.
Swing it.
Trying something new.
Yeah.
That works.
But we don't plan it. We're just like, I'm just going to walk around. And whatever we see, whatever's interesting, we'll just hop in. And again, it ties back to my luck. Because only good things happen, right? If you're kind of lucky. And I feel like every time we've done it, we've been lucky to find something really interesting to do. In Japan, Marquis, Steven, and I were walking around. We found this gigantic like VR place where we can just go in, and we were just like, all right, let's just fucking go in. We went in, and we had like the time of our lives. It was actually so sick.
Oh wow.
We played like there's like I'm not gonna go into the games, but it was super sick. I've never experienced something like that before, and it happened a couple times too in New York. And those were like really fond memories, you know, just like doing some fuck shit.
It's always the best when you're with the right people too, man. Like honestly, almost anything can be fun.
Yeah.
Right.
Honestly, when I was a kid, like my friends and I, we would just same type of thing. We just, if there's nothing to do, we just be like, let's walk this way and see what happens. Just see what we find.
Yeah.
Or see where we end up.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you think as you get older, that stuff stops being as interesting? Cause I remember talking to my cousin about this, and she was like, "Yeah, now that I'm older, I don't want to lead things up the chance because the bad things that can happen hit way harder now that you're older. You know what I mean?
You're less likely to take that risk.
Yeah, like the risk reward isn't as proportionate anymore.
I can see where that makes sense.
You know what I mean?
More responsibility, more accountability. I can see that too.
Yeah, but right now we're like, fuck it. Let's just walk down like downtown LA or something in the middle of the night and we'll be fine.
Fuck.
Like we don't give a shit. I don't know. Pretty interesting. Okay, so what's your best trip? What's your worst trip? It's probably more interesting.
Worst trip?
Worst trip. I'm trying to think. I don't think there's many like worst trips. When I was a kid, I remember there was a lot of times where like my mom and I would go somewhere. I think we also went to Portland but to kind of visit family, and I didn't really want to go. Like she wanted to go, and she kind of dragged me with her.
Yeah.
And she like told me that we were going to leave on a certain day to go back home. And then I think it was during my winter break back in like elementary school or something like that. And all my friends back home, like we had planned to like hang out during winter break. And then my mom's like, "Okay, we'll be back home by this day." And then I was like, "Okay, I can hang out with my friends for the last little bit of winter break." And then she kept extending our trip by like a day. And then I was like fed up, and I was like, "I want to go home, Mom. I want to go home." And then I felt bad after, but I pretty much like kept complaining to her that I wanted to go home. And then we drove back from Portland at like 7 p.m. back to Van. And it's like a 5-hour drive if you don't stop. So obviously I was like a kid. Like I can't switch off with my mom. So my mom was driving at like 7 p.m. to like midnight back home. And then it was raining too.
That's tough.
And like she was tired. And then, you know, So sorry, Mom, for putting you through that.
Spoiled. Spoiled. That's hilarious.
Yeah,
That's-
nothing like bad has happened on a trip for me though.
We had to like look at each other because we know each other's pasts.
You want to talk about it?
No, do you want to talk about it? You started. I'll get in there.
There's a bunch of stuff. There's a bunch of stuff.
There's a few things.
A bunch of stuff.
There's
I
a
think
few
like
things.
traveling with a significant other is
Can
always
get messy. Can get messy.
It can get pretty messy,
Yeah.
especially like some of my earlier relationships, where we're also on the same like dance team, traveling together, competing.
Yeah.
You know, we're already stressed that we have to know our pieces, and
Yeah.
you know we're competing against like elite people.
Yeah.
Add on a relationship dynamic. Plus the dynamic of having 30 other people stay at the hotel with you and like trying to
yeah.
organize everything.
Oh yeah.
I didn't think about that before, but that's
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
hard, yo.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
And I
the-
was also
yeah.
like young and immature. I was probably like mad at some stupid shit too. I remember this one time, and this is after the competition too, but we went to like Universal Studios, and I'm sure you were there too. It was such a petty thing to be mad about. But like,
I
I'm
remember
scared
this.
of heights, okay?
Yeah.
Just so you guys know, I'm scared of heights. We're walking around Universal Studios, and then there's this one ride, the like Harry Potter VR ride or something,
Yeah.
or you can pretend that you're playing Quidditch with Harry Potter or some shit. And then I was like, "Oh, is it like high up? Is this scary?" I was like, and no one was giving me a straight answer, and I don't think it was really that scary. But I was like, "Oh, if there's a chance of it being a really tall ride,
Yeah.
like fuck that, I'm just gonna not go." But my significant other went,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, so pissy about it. 'Cause I was
Yeah.
like, oh my god, I can't believe that
You
she
left
left
me."
me.
Yeah.
I'm just chilling with Homer Simpson over here. And she went to go have fun with Harry Potter. Like that's my thinking. I thought she was like
That
going
full
on.
ride motherfucker.
Yeah, yeah. The boy who lived. The boy with Riz. Yeah, I was so pissed. And then she came back, and it was just like, I probably made it really awkward for everybody.
Yeah.
But things like that happen a lot when you travel with your significant other, especially when you're like you're young, like you don't know any better.
Mhm.
Like you're just in it, you know. You're just in your emotion.
Yeah, there's a lot of emotions on that trip, man. There's a lot with everybody, with like 30 different people, like 30 different personalities. There's a lot of baggage, man. And
Different
we're not talking about
personalities,
luggage.
different age groups.
Yeah.
Different walks of life, yeah, for sure. Like especially on trips, like some people need their like mommies. Still, like it's crazy.
Be babysat.
Mommies.
People need the mommies.
You want to talk about your trip? You don't have to feel awkward, bro. It's okay.
No,
we
it's
can
chill,
cut out
it's chill.
anything.
It's
You want to
chill.
take the shot first?
Chill.
Maybe you need to loosen up.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Take a shot first before we tell a story.
All right, cheers.
Oh, excuse
Oh my god. We're right. Oh.
Wow, yo, he hit a crit, bro. He hit a crit.
it's,
Yeah, crit.
it's from the beer, bro.
Oh shit. That's good.
All right,
Cheers.
cheers. Excuse me. Shivering.
My worst experience traveling. I think overall, I've actually never really had like a really bad experience on trips. Like for most of the time, it's like they're all really different. Like I know we've been to California quite a bit. Like me and Andrew danced in quite a few teams, and like there was this one really big group that we would dance, like again what he said, in California a lot. And when you're traveling with a big group like that, like you guys are gonna have parties sometimes, right? And like sometimes, you know, I remember this one convention where we were staying at a hotel, right? And like things were going like left and right every single other hour. So like we would come back from a convention, we would party and celebrate at our hotel, and like within the span of the entire night, like things were going like crazy. Like our friend invited like a bunch of people from the convention to come, like a note, like when we didn't know. So there was people from like everywhere in the States at our party. Like there's people from like New York, there's people from like Boston, a bunch of different people in all our rooms. It was crazy. Like we didn't know who these people were, but they were all from like this dance convention, and that was
Yeah.
crazy. And then
Like we could have got kicked out too.
oh yeah, and then there was all this other stuff where like I think a person that night when we were in California staying at our hotel, there was like this crazy guy on the loose who like hopped the fence over, and then somebody at the front
Oh,
desk was,
yo, that
do you remember
story.
that? Yeah,
that
was the
story
same, that was the same night.
is my favorite story. So let me tell you, it's all connected though. Okay.
So many things are happening, man.
This is like one of
I feel like there's so many stories on these. I always hear so many stories.
Sorry, Josh.
I'm left out. I was in there.
There's like 10 arcs, bro. There's 10 arcs, man. It's
Dude,
crazy.
it's so funny. I always imagine Josh has been in every single trip with us.
I know.
But I was never on I was never on that team that they're talking about. I was never.
He was just there to pick up his girly.
That was 1 year, bro. But you guys were on
Just imagine you picked the bird. Okay, sorry. So I'm gonna tell this one story because it's like freaky as shit. But it's just
That
one.
one?
Yeah. So that's I think the person who hopped the fence.
Yeah.
So we're like this motel situation where like all the rooms are kind of like circled around, and then you can like kind of look into the
Atrium.
The atrium, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so one day, like one of our dance mates went to the lobby, and I followed him, and then he's a little bit of a fiddly guy. I think we're like asking for towels or something. But he's a fiddly guy, so while we're asking for towels, he kind of like sat down on one of the desks, was like playing around with the pencil or whatever, and he like fiddled around with like the drawer in the table.
Because there's like furniture usually in the front, like in the lobby,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
He like opens it up.
I know this story. Yeah.
He opens it up, and he sees a note. He's a note. He opens it. Curious George over here, picks up the note, unravels it, and reads it. And I saw his reaction when he read it. He like instantly folded it up and he like put it back in, and he was like, "What the fuck?" But he's like, "Okay, you know what? I gotta like." He takes it out again, comes up to me. He's like, "Yo, check this out." And the note said, "Please help me. I'm in room 305." I don't know if that was the real room, but something like that. I'm in room 305. Could have been a prank, but good man, Curious George over here was like, "Okay, I'm just gonna let the front desk know, and then we'll just let it go."
Yeah.
So he goes up to the front desk, hands them the note. It's like, "Hey, you know what? I just found this in the desk," and blah blah blah. And they're like, "Okay, we'll handle it." And so we went back to a room, and while we walked to a room, we actually walked past 305. And in 305, the curtains are drawn, like you don't see anything there.
Yeah.
It's like dark.
Doors are locked. Everything's at night. This is all at night.
Yeah, it's like literally it's like pitch black in there.
Mm-hmm.
So we were like, we went back to a room. We're just chilling, and then in the middle of the night. Oh no, not in the middle of the night. I think it's the next day. No, it was the night. It was the night. Yeah. So the same night.
Yeah.
I think the front desk called the cops, and a whole SWAT team actually came through the
They
door.
came like braced up. Like,
Yeah.
they had equipment. They had shields.
Yeah,
Dude,
the riot shields.
Crazy.
The bullet
vests?
Yeah,
They
the
were like
vest.
ready to bust the door down, dude.
Yeah.
And they announced it on I think the PA system, like everybody go back to your rooms
Yeah.
before they came, right? Everybody stay in your rooms, lock your doors, and just like stay in your rooms for the next announcement until we tell you to come out.
Yeah.
So we're all watching from like
The
our rooms because
Yeah.
if you open the curtain, it's like an indoor atrium where everybody has their own floors, and you can like
You can see
see
it.
in,
Yeah,
see
you
in,
see it.
right?
We mad nosy.
We're nosy, so we're just
Need
like
to know all
opening the
the tea.
curtains.
Yeah, I need to know what happened.
And we're all like hunched up against the windows, and we're like, "What's going on?" And then we see all these like police like officers in SWAT uniforms. We're like, "Yo, what is going on?" And they like start busting down the door, and we're like, "Whoa, what?" Like it was like legit,
Yeah.
right?
305 door got busted.
Yeah.
They went in. After a moment, someone draped in like a blanket comes out.
Yeah,
No
They,
face. You can't see her face.
they put a blanket over.
but there's like a blanket, and she's
Yeah.
walking out alone. There was no one
Yeah.
else in the room, but she walked out, and they rescued this girl.
Yeah.
It was a girl. They rescued the girl, and we all looked at our dance mate. Bro,
You saved
saved
somebody.
her.
You
Yeah.
just saved someone's life.
Wow.
Yeah.
One of the most amazing stories I've ever
Yeah,
lived to see.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Because I was like, imagine we didn't find the note, and then I think the night before, someone was trying to ask us to open like the back gate to let them in.
Yeah. So there's like
That was
so
so
the way,
sus.
so it's
I
like
didn't know
imagine a
about that.
building, but it's hollowed, right? And then on the bottom there's like gates,
Just gates. Yeah.
that you can go in, right? Like double gates. And some guy, they said, this guy was asking us to like let him in, because then before he hopped over the fence to like leave, and they tried jiggling the door open. It was crazy. We were just like,
What the
no,
fuck?
and then we left.
But you know what it made me realize? Like we can always talk about being like the hero in like really tough situations. But when it comes down to it happening to you, like what do you think your actual response would be? You could be like, "Oh, I see a girl stuck in the SkyTrain tracks,
Mm.
and I'm gonna help her." Of course,
Yeah.
you can say that, but like when it comes down to it,
like in
Do you
that
think- yeah.
moment.
Do you think you'd be able to actually fight your fear of actually getting crushed by the SkyTrain and like helping them out? Like,
It's a
in the
whole like
nick of time?
bystander thing.
It's super fight or
Yeah.
flight too.
Yeah,
Like
that
sometimes you
too.
freeze or freeze. Is it freeze or fight?
It's a
fight or
fight or
flight.
flight.
Fight or flight,
Yeah,
right?
Freeze
So
or
it's-
flight.
Sometimes
Freeze.
you, sometimes you do freeze, right? Because you don't know what to do. You're just like,
That's the flight part.
oh, that's
Yeah.
it.
That's the
okay.
flight part. It's like you freeze and you like, it's because
Wanna
you're
escape.
afraid and you want to
Mhm.
leave, right?
Mm.
But yeah, do you think you'd be able to like be honest with yourself?
I
Would
think
you
it's-
be able to?
It's hard to say because unless you're in that scenario, you don't know what would exactly would happen. Obviously,
100%, yeah. I agree too. It's like you can say you jump in front of somebody with that has a gun to like a little kid's face, and like
that's a crazy scenario.
That's a
No.
crazy scenario.
Holy
super,
fuck.
super extreme. It's super extreme. Obviously,
Why?
everybody.
Why is gotta be a little little boy though?
Because like no, this
Not Tommy.
it's
No,
very
it's Nick,
extreme.
yo. The
Oh,
Timbits.
Nick.
You about to be turned to Timbits.
Not
very-
Nick.
It's very extreme, but like legit, everybody and anybody can just say whatever, right?
No,
And
for
be like,
sure.
I'm gonna jump in from that bullet for little Nicky. Or
But
Nick.
but
like until it actually happens and you actually do it, it's like
it's all talk.
it's all talk.
It's all talk. No,
right?
for sure.
And obviously, don't look for that to happen and then do it. But like, you never really know until it happens to you, right?
No, for sure.
People react differently all the time.
And it's that whole like, I don't know what that there's like a term for it, but like that whole bystander thing, where
Mob mentality? No.
no, but I forget what it's called. But it's like if you see something happening, like like same thing. Are you
Oh,
really
you're-
gonna
Are you like just as guilty as somebody like
yeah,
not
exactly,
doing something?
exactly.
Oh,
Yeah,
is
yeah.
that
It's
what
like
you mean?
that thing. Yeah. So it's like obviously you feel guilty because you're not helping,
Yeah.
but then it's like you could like if something were to happen, you'd feel guilty because you could have stopped them.
Mm.
Like you had the opportunity to stop them, but you
Mhm.
didn't do anything
Mhm.
because of the fight or flight thing,
Yeah.
right? But then obviously like you said, it's easy to say, yeah, I would. But in those moments, like everybody, it's like it just depends on the person.
Mhm.
Because not
Really
everybody's
does.
gonna be the same acting in those scenarios.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know I'd fucking run.
Your flight.
I'm a flight motherfucker, bro. I ain't trying to risk my life for anything, okay? I'm gonna be real with y'all. I know I talk big shit, but when you put a gun to a little boy's face, I'm out of there.
Can I ask you guys a hard question?
Oh
What?
God.
Okay, you guys ready for this? All right.
Oh,
I don't know if it's
God.
gonna make the podcast, but it's like, would you rather stand in front of the bullet in front of Nick? Like, say if somebody's like holding a gun and then somebody's about to shoot Nick, right?
This kid's
Would you rather stand in front to like save Nick? But earlier that day too, you just found out you had a newborn child. So for example, the throw off is like you hop in front of Nick, or you hop in front of Nick to save Nick, or you don't hop in front of Nick to live another day to save
to be
take
with
care of your
to
take
be
care
with
of your
your
own
kid.
child. Yeah,
Damn.
that's hard. That's really hard because it's like there's two kids. This is yours. That's
Uh-huh.
not yours, but it's like it's in front of you.
You know
and
what?
he isn't.
I'd let Nick die and then name my newborn Nick. A Nick for a
In
Nick.
honor of Nick.
Yeah.
And then when your son goes up, he's like, "Why is my name Nick, Dad?"
It's like, let me tell you, son. You know those Timbits you ate when you were born? Oh shit!
Oh, that's so bad.
I'm sorry. I don't know. Actually,
That's a crazy question.
That
by
is a
the
pretty
way.
crazy
That's a
question.
crazy question.
Because
Um,
because if it's a newborn,
Yeah, I think I would probably. I'm sorry, Nick. I would probably let him pass away.
yeah, because you have the opportunity to save Nick.
unalive. Yeah. It would eat me alive though, knowing that I could have saved
Yeah,
the
the
person.
I would feel so guilty for
But I
so
think
That's a
long.
hard question
For
to
so long.
ask.
But I
It's a
always
hard
think about
question.
like you're gonna leave your newborn and your wife, by the way,
Right?
Yeah,
without a dad and like someone to help
raise the child.
Yeah.
raise the child.
Moral compass, yo. That's just
Yeah, that's a moral question. I think I would let him be a Timbit. My bad, bro. A Nick bit.
Sorry, Nick.
We are
Sorry to all the Nicks
Yeah,
out there.
to all the Nicks out
Sol-
there. I didn't mean to. We didn't mean to use you as a
I just think of when I think of a little kid, it's like Tommy, Nick.
Nick.
Little
Oh.
Timmy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
little
Timmy.
Little Timmy.
That's true. All right.
Yeah.
How
No,
about
but
you?
moral compasses like are crazy. Like moral dilemmas.
Everybody has a different moral compass.
Yeah, for sure.
Super moral. Yeah.
That's also a very subjective thing
Mm-hmm.
because what you would do in those scenarios would not be the same as some other people.
Yeah, it really depends.
All depends on the values you grew up with.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're gonna finish off this rum.
Always just one more shot for this.
Yeah.
I'm already feeling it, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, there's instant noodles upstairs, bro. You soak it up.
There's hella snacks upstairs.
Yeah.
Cheers.
I'm also gonna.
Every single time. Man took 3 shots. Goggles fall off.
Every time. I don't have it.
Just make it tighter.
All right, sorry guys.
The cappy.
And we're back.
Just so you guys know, our theme is snowboarders or whatever.
Andrew was the only one to go snowboarding today, though.
Yeah, man. Oh, let me tell you. Okay, this might be TMI. Actually, should I tell it? I can cut this out. But like, there's this phenomenon that happens when you snowboard.
What is it?
And I realized, and after this happening to me, I realized I'm a top. But like, so when I was like snowboarding down the hill,
Okay.
I fell on my ass.
Yeah.
And as I was falling on my ass,
Normal.
I kind of like slid down a little bit because it's like really icy, obviously. The thing is, like, one of my ass cheeks was slipperier than the other ass cheek. And so while I was sliding down, it felt like my butt was getting pulled apart. Like, you know, someone was spreading the cheeks.
You know, the snow said, "Let me see your butt." Let me see that.
And so after I slid down for a bit, I kind of laid there because I was like, that was a fucking weird feeling. I've never had that feeling in my life. And I was like really processing what just happened to me. And then Will, Will told me that it was a normal thing, and it happened to me twice, by the way. I snowboarded like a couple times. This is the only time it's ever happened. But I was like, do I like this feeling or no? And I was like, I do not like the feeling. I was like, yeah, I'm definitely a top.
At least now you know.
Now I know.
Maybe it was too rough, man. Maybe.
Bro, it was so fucking weird though. Anyway, sorry. That was such a side tangent. Yeah. What were we talking about?
Best and worst trips.
Yeah, best and worst trip. You didn't really talk about your worst trip, bro.
I didn't really have a worst trip, honestly. I guess like that was like, I don't know. I think that was the worst trip because like most of the trips that we've had, they've always been like super good.
Oh, he likes us. He likes traveling with.
Like every trip has its problems, but like overall, I think like most of our trips have been a lot more good than bad. Like I've got a lot more good memories than bad memories for the most part.
It's a positive person.
I guess like a bad memory from a trip, or like not really the worst trip, but like I remember when like one of our friends, they didn't like really eat a lot on the trip and they almost like fainted after a performance.
Right.
That was scary. I was like, oh damn, like it's got some
like
water, right? But I mean, overall, I never really hated any trips. Like I thought all the trips were like super fun.
Hey, we privileged to have trips like that.
Yeah, I think because we're surrounded by just good people.
Yeah,
for the
Really
majority of the
Yeah.
time, like we're surrounded by good people that we actually like
Yeah.
know that are gonna enjoy.
There's
those
a lot of good
moments.
energy around us. Yeah, for
So you
sure.
know it's not gonna be like bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're not going into the trip thinking this is gonna be a bad trip.
Oh, never.
know what I mean?
Nah,
Never.
man.
Like, have you ever gone on like those school trips, with, like your whole class?
Yes.
Yeah.
And like
Those were good too.
I mean, those can be good, but like sometimes it's like there's like those groups of kids that are just like,
Yeah.
you know, not on that same wave.
Yeah.
You know.
One of my favorite trips is like when we went to San Diego. I think that was definitely still one of my probably top 3 trips that we've ever done because we did a lot. Like in San Diego, we went to like a lot of different parts of the city. Like we went to this place called Balboa Park, and then I remember, I don't know how we timed it. But we timed it during like a food festival. But when we went there was like food trucks like
out the wazoo
everywhere, like out the wazoo.
I don't know why I was thinking that too.
Really?
I was thinking that too. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. I was literally thinking the exact same thing.
Food trucks
Dude,
out
it's
the
the goggles.
wazoo. It's the goggles.
It's the goggles. Yo, we're synced. That's crazy. I was literally gonna say
You guys
up
are
the
linked.
wazoo.
Yo.
Holy shit. We're so Canadian.
It was crazy. I remember that memory. We were like, there's like legit like food trucks down Balboa Park, and then there was a little like salsa dancers doing their like little thing, right?
Oh,
and we were all
yeah.
circling up, and I think there was dancers from the competition that were there too, right?
Ah.
So then when they were all like, it was sort of like a Tai Chi group, but they're for dance. So they're all like dancing to like a certain type of music. I think it was like Latin music at the time. And we're just like, as dancers on the trip, we're like, hey, yo, let's get in that. And then we started like copying the dances, and it was fun time.
It was fun.
It was super fun. And then there would be like big stages and a bunch of places to take pictures. And I remember this guy was like freestyling on the stage, and there was like all these chairs set up.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. People
there was a
were
big
watching.
concert. We were like all watching. And we were
Damn.
like, yo, get it. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, I wish I was better.
You guys brought the crowd to you guys.
No, the people just like sat down. It was like three couples or something.
Yeah, but it was fun, man. Just partying like that, like stuff like that. I'll never forget.
Core memories, man.
Dude, yeah,
core memories.
I truly, I don't know. I truly believe like experiences over money. Like, you know what I mean?
I agree with that.
I don't mind
totally
spending 300, 400, whatever to like have an experience with my closest homies because
the money will come back.
Yeah, money will come back. I mean, okay.
As long as if
you work for it.
Yeah.
Money will come back. Like you'll make the money back and you'll still achieve your whatever financial goals you want to do. But like, you know, you only have so much time in your life to experience these things with the people close to you. Because, you know, I'm be real, like some people in my life, they're probably not gonna stick around the entire time. I'm not talking about you guys. You guys.
I was gonna say,
you guys.
Are we sticking around or not?
We're Porch people now.
What?
We're Porch people.
Oh, we're the Porch people. Porch theory. Porch theory.
Oh, Porch theory. All right.
You say porridge?
I heard porridge too. I was like,
you the Porch people.
And I was like,
not too hot,
like
not too cold,
Goldilocks
just
and
right.
Three Bears.
Just right.
Just right. Yeah, the Porch theory. You ever watch How I Met Your Mother?
Yeah, Porch theory.
The Porch theory. If you imagine yourself when we're young, like old and
young and old.
Which one? Both?
Benjamin Button, dude.
When we're old and grown and we're sitting in the porch, like who do you imagine on that porch? I do imagine you guys. We'd be playing solitaire or whatever fucking card game.
We'd be playing poker and gambling our property.
Yes,
damn.
Yes, sir.
Playing some Monopoly deal in real life. But yeah, anyways, but like, you know, some people in my life, I know they're probably not gonna stick around the entire time. And that's just the reality of it, you know? Like
that's for sure.
There's only so many connections that that can last a lifetime. And you have to recognize which connection you have that will last a life.
For sure.
And my brother, I always bring up my brother, but he taught me this too. It's like you have to recognize who is like the angel sent to you during your tough time or during your lifetime. That's gonna provide you some insight and provide you some like the thing that you need at the
yeah.
You know what I mean? And sometimes those angels only come for that period of time to give you what you need, and then they're out. Yep. Sometimes that angel comes and they stay and they stick around and they become your guardian angel for life. You know what I mean? And I think that's really beautiful. Like, Anyway, sorry. What am I talking about? I was talking about. Okay, I realize I have probably ADD. I just can't think of one thing out of one.
That's fine. I think everybody is on the spectrum of ADD.
Probably, yeah.
You know,
especially nowadays, everything is just so quick.
Yeah.
What I was saying is, the people in your life, most of them probably won't stick around the entire time.
Yeah.
But it's really important to think of like who will actually stay, or you gotta think about like who in your circle are the ones that's gonna stay with you the most. You know. Who do you think? Sorry, this is another question off the tangent. Like, what do you think is like a necessary attribute of a person that you would want to stick around the entire time
for that porch theory?
Yeah, the porch theory. Like, what kind of friend would you need in your porch? What kind of friend would they need? Yeah, like what qualities would a friend need to stay on your porch? Thank you, dude. I can't speak right now.
I got you.
Yeah, that rum is hitting right now.
Yeah, right.
He's just like walking up. Like,
the rum is just roadblock. He's like,
he's like, stop. You are being too sappy.
You shall not pass.
Just Gandalf. The rum's Gandalf.
Gandalf's like, go, motherfucker, you can now pass.
he's like splitting the Red Sea. He's like
Moses. Dude.
He's like Moses. Yeah.
And we got Soju, by the way.
No, but a quality I think is like that real friend, like an honest friend, who's not going to, like we kind of talked about as the last one, but that friend is going to tell you what you need to hear, you know, and be straight and be real with you in those moments that you need it.
Facts.
Not just to tell you that you're right.
Yeah.
Right? And just to be on your side just to make you feel better, but to actually give you the real, like, reality of the situation.
Yeah. Like, no sugarcoating.
Exactly. Yeah. And just be straight up and be like, this is what you should, like, not what you should do, but like,
here's another perspective.
Another perspective. Yeah. Just to make you think about it. And like, I'm not going to intervene with your scenario. I'm not telling you what to do. This is what my 2 cents. Take it how you want.
Yeah.
You know,
No, I agree with that.
like those people are always like people that I value a lot because they're just being real.
Yeah.
Not being fake about just to make me feel better.
Yeah. And there's a lot of people pleasers out there. I feel like I'm also a people pleaser, to be honest. And I think that's just like a very common thing when you have like immigrant parents that like kind of travel or like immigrated to Canada.
Yeah.
It's like you kind of like grown in a household where you have to be a people pleaser, Like your parents are always like putting these expectations on them, on you, and you gotta like please them. You gotta like.
I feel like it's almost like our parents were very like survive. I feel like that came into us where it's like people pleasing is a way to survive, a way to blend in with like groups and be like, oh, like, I'm here, like I'm not different from you guys, like please accept me, kind of thing. Because we're always in need of like wanting, like I think, to be accepted.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that last podcast too.
Right?
It's like every human has the need to be accepted in a community.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Which is true.
Very
but
true.
it's ironic because to be accepted in a community, you honestly have to break free of those chains of being a people pleaser and like stay true to what you actually are.
Yeah.
And then people will accept you that way, and you'll be accepted in a community that realizes your value.
I think it also comes from fear though, because you're afraid if people will accept you or not.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I got you, bro. I'm fucking scared.
Yeah.
Like when I was snowboarding, I was so scared to like actually like drift and stuff like that because I'm scared of falling. Sometimes you just gotta take the fall and like learn from it, and like you get back up and you keep on boarding.
And it's okay to like be insecure and take that fall, because that's the only way you'll actually learn.
Yeah,
to like be comfortable and eventually be comfortable.
Yeah.
In those scenarios.
Whenever it's a situation, I feel like it's never like a win-lose. It's always like a win or lesson. You know what I mean?
Win or lesson.
Yo,
damn, write that in the guy code.
Put that in the guy code.
Yo,
win or
facts,
lesson.
Right? It's like win or a lesson, because like you don't like sure whatever you lose, but like there's always something to like learn from like why you lost. It's like, oh, like I don't know, with like a dance routine, it's like, oh, we could have been cleaner here, right? Or like with snowboarding, oh, I could have turned a little bit better, or like shifted my weight a little bit better, right? Like it's never a lose, man. It's basically a win-win, but it's a win or lesson, right?
And you can apply that to the next time so that it becomes an actual win.
Exactly.
It becomes a
W.
It
becomes a win. It becomes a
W.
No L's. We're not taking no L's.
L stands for lesson, not loss.
Yes.
Yeah. Damn.
Lloyd's not here, so I got to do it.
That made Josh horny.
He's a little roused.
Don't catch me in the bag, bro.
You turn on right now. But that's fucking beautiful, dude. Like that makes a lot of sense. Failure is a part of life.
I think that's how I sort of tackle life too. I don't think I ever think of like win or lose anymore. Like legit, I feel like that's how I tackle life. Where it's like, I always try to think of like the positive part of it, and it's just like, yo, like
glass half full, kind of.
Yeah. It's like I don't like. What's the point of thinking of like, oh, my glass is half empty? It's like you can't really do anything with that. It's like what can you do with like the life that you were given and like with the decisions that you made, right?
You know what? That's actually very, very hard for some people to wrap their minds around. Is the concept of the glass is half full. You know what I mean? The positive thinking way.
Yeah.
Because I'm be real, like reality fucking smacks you in the face sometimes.
Oh hell yeah!
It
There's
does.
some real tough shit that happens to you, and it's hard to like recognize the positivity in it.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and you see it everywhere. You see it in your friends, and you see it in yourself, and you see it in like the environments. But it's a skill to be able to be like, oh, you know what? That little tiny crack in the darkness, that little light there, that's what I'm looking towards, and that's gonna open up into something more beautiful. You know what I mean?
I agree with that.
Totally. But it's a skill. It's a skill that you have to develop.
It's a skill to acknowledge, like just like we said, the glass half full alone.
Yeah.
Just acknowledging that, that's like a whole shift in a lot of people, because sometimes they're wired to think negatively most of the time.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just hard to shift it into be like, oh, maybe there's a positive side to all this. Maybe negative stuff that's happening. You know?
Yeah, I agree.
You want to take a little break?
We can take a break.
Yeah. You want to take a shot first? You want to save it for after?
We can take it right now. Soju's light.
Yeah, Soju's light. All right. Cheers.
Cheers. We'll be back from the short break.
Beep, 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 beep.
Short break.
Dummy. Yo, that shit
Go
dummy, bro.
stupid.
I'm about to dummy this bag of chips right now. It is recording.
Why are you saying that? All right, we back from the break. Back from the break. Sorry if our energy is kind of low. It's like kind of late, and
But it's so good.
yeah, I mean, I used to snowboard for like 4 hours
That's
straight.
also true.
I'm
You're
fucking
probably
so tired.
exhausted, dude.
The legs are killing. All right, taking another shot to come back.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Surprised
So,
no one
it's
peed.
peach Soju. Can't speak.
Mm.
Soju's so light. Apparently in Korea the percentage is higher.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
It's not the same brand though, is it? Oh yeah.
It's like a different brand, but it's like the percentage is like higher. So that's why like they drink it so much and it gets them so fucked up.
That's crazy.
And it's so cheap,
So cheap.
so expensive here, and it's not even getting. Ugh. I'm so jealous because I know some people who can get fucked up on like
Like
3 shots.
Dude, in the States they have like
I know you can get it from Costco.
like cardboard like pack. That's crazy.
Dude, I know. I'm so jealous of the states where they can like they sell alcohol in like 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
They can just get alcohol like anywhere.
So easy.
But I think it might be a good thing that it's not as easily accessible here.
Yeah, we'd have so many alcoholics out here.
That's
I mean,
facts.
we have a decent
we
amount
got
already.
3 of them- we got 3 of them right here. I say as I'm pouring a shot. All right, you guys ready for the next question?
Sure.
Bet.
Sure.
Okay, I feel like our podcast kind of talks about relationships a lot, and I saw this on Twitter. I thought it was really
Ooh,
good.
We love Twitter.
I love Twitter.
Twitter.
So,
Tweet.
Okay. So basically, the question is, what are your thoughts on personal growth in relationships?
What do you mean?
Like, are there things that only you can learn by yourself and not
From your-
together? Yeah,
with
you know,
your
not
partner?
together with your partner. Because it was basically just like, you know, like trying to spark some thoughts of like, you know, things that you can only learn and explore while single. Or is there things that you can learn by yourself during
So while still
relationship.
being in a relationship?
Yeah. Or are there only things that you can learn while you're single?
Mm.
Or things that are worth pursuing when you're
I
single?
think that comes down to like the perspective of when you're in a relationship, are you feeling like you two, like being with that person, you guys are a unit? Like whatever you guys are growing together, but everything you're growing is like happening at the same time. Like you're considered as like one, like one. pretty
one
much.
thing?
You're considered one thing,
Mm.
essentially, in that sense. Or you guys are your individual people, still growing as like single people, but you're in a relationship together.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like growing like this.
Perpendicular.
Like, yeah. Like
or parallel.
parallel.
Perpendicular.
Perpendicular.
Sorry. My geology.
This way, I'm going this way.
Geology.
My
it's
geology
it's,
isn't
it's
good.
geometry, bro.
I know. I'm making a joke, bro.
Geology.
My
Or
geology
the
is not
rocks.
good. The rock.
My metamorphic rock, bro.
No, but it's like, I feel like if you, it also takes a lot of like maturity and growth to acknowledge the fact that like you're your own person.
Mhm.
And when you're in a relationship, like it's not just about you and this other person together. It's like you're still your own person. There's just this other person there growing alongside you.
Mm-hmm.
And it can also, there's parts that you can grow like together, like grow together, like with, right?
Mhm.
But there's other parts that you can still grow as a person, like singular, but that person is there like additionally, you know?
To help you realize things
Exactly.
outside of your perspective.
Yeah. So I feel like it's,
Your relationship master.
I'm not a relationship master. I'm not a relationship master.
I mean, anyways.
I mean,
But yeah, I feel like obviously, yeah, it takes a lot of acknowledgement and growth and emotional maturity to realize that you're still your own person in a relationship and you don't have to be codependent on this other person to make you
Mhm.
feel happy and to always be like thinking you have to solve every problem with that person if it's just catering to you.
Right.
You know, sometimes you can just go to your significant other and just seek for advice, and just because it's just for you. You know, it's not like obviously it can affect things in the relationship, but it's like ultimately just for you, right?
You're for personal growth.
Personal growth.
Yeah.
So I think it's ideal for two people to be, I guess, emotionally mature in that sense, to grow parallel, be their own person, but it's like they're kind of just that support person for each other. Not necessarily like, okay, like we have to be one unit all the time. Like everything that happens, every problem that comes is like we're both handling it together. Obviously, there's moments that it can be like that, but sometimes like you go through your own stuff that you just have to deal with it. You're seeking advice from your SO.
Yeah.
Right?
What do you
I
think?
think for me, it's like, sorry, the question again was to like reiterate and re-clarify. It's like, do you think you can grow individually, like as a couple versus like by yourself, right? That was like the question.
No, the question is, do you think there are only things that you can learn while you're being single, or do you think that, you know, you can be independent in a relationship?
Somewhat similar then. Somewhat similar.
I don't know.
I kind of lost it halfway through, to be honest.
Because the thing, I think I got a point. I think I got a point. I just want to reiterate and just re-clarify what it was.
Oh yeah. So it's like, what are your thoughts on growth and independence in a relationship?
Yeah.
Are there things that you can only learn while you're single, or do you think you can still grow and be independent in a relationship?
I think you could still grow and be independent in a relationship, but what it boils down to is like motivation and perspective. For example, like motivation, when you're somebody that's single and you don't have a person to like rely on or like be co-dependent with, it's like your motivation, it's like it's all on you. Like you're your own cheerleader, you're your own goal setter, you're this, you're that, and you're the only supporter for yourself. It's like if I'm gonna try to like be this buff person by like summer, like it's all on you, man. Like every single choice you make is like it's up to you. But when you're like in a relationship, sometimes you do have that personal cheerleader or that person to help you with like your goals, be like help goal setting or like being motivated to eat like healthier or like go for that run that morning. You know, it's easier to do stuff when you're doing it with somebody because it's like, hey, if that person's doing it, I want to do it, right?
Yeah.
Versus like it's just all on you.
Yeah.
It really depends on what the motivation is at the end of the day, I think. But if I do believe that you can grow as an individual, also in like a relationship kind of thing, like I think you can. It just depends where your mind's at, right? Where your mental's at.
For sure.
So what is your mind at? Do you think you can do it?
I mean, after experiencing both, I think you could. I really think you could. It just depends.
What do you prefer? Like, do you think you prefer growing in a relationship, or do you prefer growing alone?
I think where I'm at right now, I think growing in a relationship would be awesome because I did get a taste of what it feels like to grow alone. So I feel like everything I've learned so far because of what I've experienced, like thus far, like it's something to take away and also bring to like a new relationship and be like, oh, like I've experienced this while I was single and I want to bring that into a new relationship where it's like, I don't know, just a bunch of new experiences that like I've experienced single that you can't experience when you're in a relationship, right? Because like we can say, oh yeah, you can do everything that a person that's single that or a person in a relationship can. Like, yeah, you could, but there's like different reactions that you get as a single person versus somebody that's in a relationship. So for example, it's like, say all your single friends are going to the club versus all your friends that are couples that are going to the club. You're going to get a different response from everybody, right? Because like, say if like all the couples went, it's like some people might be like, oh, like, is that person available? Like, no. Versus like all your single friends going, it's like you guys are just there to have a good time. You know what I mean? Like you don't really plan for the night. You don't really plan for, we got to be home by this time. Right? It's sort of just like, it's different motivations. Most of the time, the single people would just be like there for be like have fun. The couples are there for have fun too, but it's more controlled. Like make sure like some people might be like make sure you don't talk to somebody else, but it's like, you know, it depends on like different couples and like different individuals, I think.
That actually brings me to another question. Would you let your girl go to the club? Like all okay, no, sorry, that's not the good question.
That's a fine question. I can
No,
answer that
I
question.
think the question is, do you feel comfortable if your girl were going to a club and like
With her single friends.
with all her single?
I mean, do I feel comfortable? No, but do I trust her enough to go? Like, and
Like nothing's gonna happen.
not make the like bad decision. Yes, like I'll like do whatever you want. Like that's your life. You can do it. Like I trust you enough to like not hurt me, right? Because
Right.
when I'm in a relationship with you, I trust you.
Mm-hmm.
Like without a doubt, 100%, I trust you. Like I can't be like, don't go to the club. It's like,
Then
why
you're
do I
not
need-
you're not in a relationship.
yeah.
then.
Why do I need to babysit you? You're not
Yeah.
a kid. Like
Yeah.
you know better. It's like make your own decisions. If you want to fuck up, fuck up. If you want to do good, do good. It's like
Yeah, it's like it's on you.
it's on you 100%
Yeah.
all the time. Like whether you're in a relationship or not, it's always on you.
No, for sure. I feel like that controlling side of a lot of people in relationships comes from like insecurity,
Mm-hmm.
obviously.
Yeah.
And like all
that stuff.
trust issues and like
Mhm.
and usually stems from like past trauma.
Past trauma and then or projection. Like
Yeah.
they've done it before.
Or like they've
On the flip side, though, like boundaries are a thing.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like obviously, like go do whatever you want, but my boundaries are like, you know, like
Don't be macking on some
yeah,
guy.
like
Yeah.
don't be dancing with another guy while we're in a relationship. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's one of my boundaries. It's like, yo, like we're together. Like get drinks
Even
with the
for a free
girls.
drink? Just kidding.
Nah, not even for a free drink. Like nah.
that'd be the limit, I think. If
For me,
yeah,
I
I'd be
know.
like, yeah, go ahead, get your free drink. But if you told me you're dancing with him to get that free drink,
yeah, not worth.
Like,
Talk
oh.
to
You
him,
know-
sure, but like if you're dancing, like I'm good.
that's kind of might be crossing my boundary.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not a problem to have boundaries. Like
No, it's
No,
not.
no, for sure.
right?
You just gotta communicate it.
Exactly.
Because if it comes out of nowhere, then it's like, oh, the fuck?
It's like
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Like you didn't tell me
You're
that
just making me
you
feel
weren't okay with that.
Exactly.
interesting.
Truth.
Back to the independence and relationship stuff. I do feel like it's possible, but personally, I don't think I've ever experienced it. I feel like most of the time when I'm in a relationship, which is not a lot, I probably spend most of my time like trying to make the relationship like flourish, if that makes sense.
Mm.
I feel like I do the most of my growth while I'm single.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like if you
Makes
think
sense.
about it, like think about it. When a person breaks up with their significant other, what do? They go to the gym, they work on themselves, they pursue the projects, the passion projects that
They felt
put
like they
off.
never had time that they had.
yeah, and then they start like really putting in the work, even though they're heartbroken. I feel like that type of energy really comes when you're single. You know what I'm saying? And I guess it comes
motivation. Yeah.
comes. I guess it comes back from the motivation thing. Like,
Yeah.
if you've been single for a while, then it's like, all right, you don't have as much drive to like do all those things.
yeah.
But I do feel like there are only things that you can learn by being single.
Mm-hmm.
And to clarify more, maybe by being heartbroken.
I think that's what it is because the motivation would be that you're heartbroken.
Yeah, not that you're single.
It's just because
It boils down to motivation. I
yeah,
think,
because like the
honestly.
motivation of you
Yeah.
being able like wanting to do those things and better yourself
Mm-hmm.
because well fuck like this girl didn't want me because of XYZ.
Yeah.
So
You-
I should better myself and do these things so that maybe the next girl will love me for XYZ.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
you want to lose weight. The best way to lose weight is get your heart broken, man.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yo,
That's-
fuck that Weight Watcher
Like,
shit.
honestly,
Yo, Jenny Craig shit. Fuck that shit, bro.
Fuck that shit. You know what
Yo.
there's one lesson, and it
Yo.
is date someone and get your heart
Get your
fucking
heart
stepped
broken,
on.
bro.
man. You'll lose so much weight, fam.
And we talked about this last podcast too, yo. We emotional creatures.
Yes,
we men
sir. Yes,
we
sir.
don't talk about it, but we
We know.
emotional
We
creatures.
hella emotional.
Yes, sir.
No,
but it
but
makes sense.
it makes sense. It definitely makes sense because I feel like, yeah, I agree. Most of your growth comes when you're single. And I feel like once you realize that you're in a good spot, like growing even by yourself, and then to the point where you feel like you can still grow
Mhm.
with this other person there, just like to be an addition. And like you said, like they're kind of just there to cheer you on
Mhm.
and just be like, keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like I'm all for you growing.
Which makes that might make a difference. Like just
Yeah.
having someone to affirm your passions and like
Yeah.
For
affirm
you, yeah.
affirm that you're doing the right thing. Because
Exactly.
sometimes we get lost in the sauce, man. We be swimming in the Alfredo and we be like, God damn, where the fuck am I going right now? You know what I'm saying?
The thick Alfredo, bro.
Yeah,
Too much
yeah.
cheese in there.
Yeah, exactly. It's too much cheese in here. And then, that one person just being like, hey, you know what? You're swimming the right direction.
Yeah.
Like, just come over here. I got you.
Facts.
Like that honestly is a good
That it all
anchor.
helps so
It's
much.
a good anchor. It's a good anchor. But I don't know. I guess for me, it's just because I don't want to keep fucking hammering this point down every
Andrew's
time.
single.
I've been single for I've been single for a while. Not a bad thing. But yeah, I've been single for a while and like I've learned to, one, be comfortable in my aloneness. There's a difference between being alone and feeling lonely.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I feel like I've really gotten comfortable with being alone. And like learning how to push myself to the fullest and like drive myself to like my goals. But that's not saying like there are times where you will feel lonely, and
Yeah.
I feel like it's just human nature. We all trying to find connection in this world, We're all trying to find that person. And I feel like nowadays it's getting really, really hard to find that connection because it's, one, we got so many options and it's easy to get, again, lost in the Alfredo.
Yeah,
Like,
because like with these apps and stuff, like all these options are like right in front of you. Like everyone around the world is at your fingertips.
It's
Yeah.
crazy
Pretty much.
because it's like everybody, as you said, everybody's at your fingertips. Very easy access.
Yeah.
But I feel like everybody's standards skyrocketed with all the
Yeah.
numbers because there's so many people now. So it's like,
Yeah.
it's like the bare minimum isn't just like I want to be nice to you. It's like the bare minimum is like all these other qualities that people
Yeah.
have.
yeah, take me to
These crazy
France.
standards, man.
Get
Crazy
me a
standards.
baguette.
There's some. Do you guys have standards like really high, like standards?
I guess I'm really picky, so yeah.
I mean, like, I'd say I've got like normal, like moderate standards. I guess.
Yeah.
I'm not like, yo, you have to be like this tall to hang out with me, or like, like you gotta do
What
this.
is normal standards though? Maybe normal standards to you is normal. But
Everybody
for
has a
us-
different. Everybody has a
Yeah.
different
Yeah, yeah.
definition of the normal standards.
Oh no, we're turning to Lloyd. Slowly turning to Lloyd. So yeah, what would be like? What is your normal standard? Like,
Preference. What's your preference?
In terms of
Like I guess a partner.
a partner,
Like as of right now, what are your standards?
like if you were to
standards?
list the top 3 qualities of a partner, what would?
I'm gonna keep it simple. My top 3 probably standards is like a nice smile. Not number 1, but like a nice smile is always great.
Mm.
I can always, I guess, not really nice smile then. Like always can like look for the good in things in life. Like something that I do, right?
But you got that from have a nice smile.
Yeah, no. 'Cause if somebody can like smile through a lot of like bad shit,
I see.
Like-
Okay.
I mess with that. That's
Gotcha.
awesome, right?
Gotcha.
I thought you were like have a nice smile, wasn't from that. They only see the positive in the life, and they make me. You know what I'm saying?
If they're able to find like something positive out of a negative, I mess with that.
Yeah.
You know, that's really good. That tells me that like you're not stuck on the bad things. You don't always look on the bad things. There's always like a brighter side to somebody, right? And just a situation in general, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I like that optimism.
Yeah, it makes
Right.
life a little easier.
Yeah, 100%.
For sure.
Another one would be like humor. If you get my humor, if you laugh at my jokes, like Andrew says, like dude, you're like,
Yeah, that's my number one thing. Yeah,
that's that's like top dog.
yeah.
Like,
if you trying to date me,
Yeah.
just laugh at all my jokes, bro.
No matter how
Feel
stupid
good.
it is.
Yeah, doesn't matter if you think it's good or not.
right?
Well, just fucking
please laugh.
Yeah.
Just please
laugh.
laugh. Yeah,
Yeah.
laugh
Even if
out
it's
of pity.
pity.
If you
Even
gotta.
if it's dumb, just laugh, please.
Yeah. You gotta make us feel good. You know?
Yeah.
I'll laugh at your jokes too. Don't worry. I laugh at everything, honestly.
It feels good. Yeah, you're like, yeah.
Yeah, it's like so
First was
Smile.
or like look through, like look for like a happy moment and like a bad moment. Second is humor, and then I think the third is probably just like they can get along with the people around me.
Mm.
Like that's a huge.
That's
one for me.
that's a big thing.
That's
I agree.
That's
I
a
totally
very
agree
huge
with that.
indicator where it's just like, if my friends mess with you, like you're in the clear.
You're locked
'cause
in.
That's
pretty
like
much.
10 other people judging you,
Yeah.
Mhm.
right? That's so many people like that can easily determine whether or not like I mess with this person, right?
Yeah.
Like let's have them included in the group.
The porch theory.
Because you
Literally.
don't just date me, you date my friends too. Because
No.
we're gonna
I'm gonna be
together a
around my
lot,
friends.
right? So I mean,
Not like that, dude.
I was like, are we really?
like you're gonna see each other quite often,
Yeah.
right? Like I think, or even like friends and family. I would say people that frequent your life.
Those core people in your life.
Exactly. So it's like if they have a good impression on all of those people, like that's so many people to judge you, man. Like usually like in a contest, it's like 3 or 5 judges. Imagine a friend group judging one person. There's like 20 people.
Yeah.
Right.
And it just affirms that like maybe this person is like,
Yeah. And a lot of
could
people
be one for me.
A lot of those people know you and like know what you like and know like you don't like.
Mhm.
And it's like if they can see from the outside this person's like good for you or like good with them, I think that's
And if they
good.
feel like
That's
they're
awesome.
not good for you, like I feel like,
they can spot it easily.
and they'll tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times they'll tell you like, I know you're like this girl.
Yeah.
And I'm just giving you my 2 cents.
Yeah.
Hey, okay, but let's be honest. Do you really listen to them or nah? Because I know some people where their friends be like, yeah, the person you're seeing is fucking toxic, but they still be seeing this person.
I mean, for me, I think it's like for me, I listen to my friends. Yeah, if that were to happen, I would listen to them. But some people, they need to make the decision on themselves.
Yeah, I take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah, I feel like I always
I take it with a grain of salt because, like, yeah, obviously, I take all what my friends say into consideration
Mhm.
for everything because they know me.
Mm-hmm.
They know me better than this person that I'm seeing with or being with, even.
Mhm.
So, if they see something that I didn't, then I would take that with a grain of salt. But like, obviously, if I like this person already, then like I would explore everything that I would with that person, and then. But then I guess if it gets to the point where like things don't work out, like I wouldn't want my friends to be like, I told you so,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, at that point it's just fucking.
And it's just like, okay, yeah, I know it didn't end up because of what you said, but it's like you don't have to rub it in my face,
Mhm.
you know.
And those are the friends that don't stay on the porch.
But
I have to see them on the porch.
And it's like they would like the friends that do stay on the porch would be like, even though they told you so,
still support.
exactly,
Yeah.
they still support you. They still support your
What I'm saying.
decision.
Yep.
Let you be with that person because you're happy. They see you happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
That's what they're fighting for.
Yeah.
All right, shout to that. Beautiful.
Cheers, yo.
Cheers. Soju.
Soju.
What was the initial question? It was like growing personally,
Versus in a relationship.
being in a relationship. I feel like, at least for me now, I know what it's like.
Both sides.
Both sides as
Yeah.
well. Like just growing by yourself.
Yeah.
And trying to grow with somebody.
Yeah.
And obviously, I definitely value growing by myself
Mhm.
because you know what you want. Like you're the only one who knows what you actually want.
Yeah.
And if I were to be with a partner, like the only thing that I would ask is like that you support me in my decisions, and like because I know what I want. And obviously, when you meet somebody, like you always want to cater to them and like not necessarily alter what you value for them, but like if they can support you and like be respectful of like what you value, even if it's not the same as theirs, and just be open minded to the fact that like you're might not be the exact same. Like I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Like as long as you like respect me, you support me in what I want to do, I'll respect you
Yeah,
and
you
support you in
sim-
what you want to do.
If you sim for me,
I
that's
said
all
for
I ask
you.
for you. That's all I ask. Honestly, again, why is sim such a bad thing, yo? I want you to sim for me.
Yeah.
Sim.
Symphony.
Symphony.
I want you
I want you symphony.
Cynthia died for our
Cynthia. That's all I'm saying,
You
dude.
died for our Cynthias.
Cynthias? I don't know. I don't know why it's getting such a bad rep, but I agree. Like, man, it's hard. I just want. Oh, we all just want someone to sim for us,
Yeah.
But sometimes the people that simp for you, like maybe you're not necessarily interested in them.
Yeah.
Like what if you encounter somebody that's like simping hard for you, but you're not reciprocating that because you don't feel the same way. Although we want that, I think it's like we want that simpness. I don't know how to simpiness. Simpness. We want that to come from somebody that we are gonna simp for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's always like a risk because
it comes with chemistry.
Yeah, because like if you simp for somebody, you're taking that chance that they're gonna simp for you too. But you never know if they actually will. You know, do everything that you would do for them that they would do for you.
You know what? That comes down back to the fear thing. You know, sometimes you gotta take the fall. You know, you gotta like confess and you gotta like stop playing these games. I personally hate playing these games, but you know, you just gotta show all your cards and see what you get.
This is me.
This is me, yeah. And
Michael Jackson.
Show what you got, and you know, sometimes you fall, sometimes you keep riding, but
risk it for the biscuit.
Keep riding.
Yeah. Risk it for the biscuit.
And
like
I think that's something that I kind of miss in like modern romance. It's just that more like show your heart on your sleeve type of thing. You know what I mean?
I feel like you can't do that anymore.
A lot of people are scared, I think, to do that.
Yeah, so very like it's almost like the first one to show how much they care about the other loses the battle.
Yeah.
Right? And I don't know why it feels like that. And it's so interesting that, you know, before guys literally be writing love songs.
Yeah.
And people be out in the rain with jukeboxes.
Yeah.
And like Romeo and Juliet style. Like
it's all
they
frowned
just
upon
kinda,
now.
Yeah. It's now it's like it's not
like
know,
don't
people,
show your feelings first.
Yeah.
It's like it's always a battle about who's gonna show the feelings first. And it's like, oh man, whoever shows first loses the power in the relationship.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, but why is there a power dynamic in this relationship? That makes no sense.
But it's like, like girls would be like, I like this person, but I don't want to make it seem like I like this person because I want them to do something first.
Yeah.
But then what if they don't actually like you?
Mm-hmm.
You can't just be waiting around to think that they're gonna do something because you like them.
Exactly.
And flip it on guys, you know, sometimes I know some guys that's like a girl really likes them, and then they're like, oh man, they're showing way too much affection. I don't think I like them because they're simping. I'm like, dude, they just sharing their feelings with you. Like they're not even like, you know, I know there's like a threshold where it goes a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not like sending 10 bouquets of flowers to you. Like that's fucking crazy.
That'd be crazy.
But you know, there's like they're just literally
start a flower shop, bro.
Yeah, it's literally called Andrew's Heart or something like that. But you know what I mean? Like there's some crazy shit, but most of the time it's just girls showing their feelings, and it's like simping.
And even for sure,
it turns people
I feel like now in this era, like guys would be showing their feelings, but then girls have like I said earlier, like higher standard. At least nowadays, I feel like
more oversaturated
just
now.
Generally, people have higher standards for things.
Yeah,
like guys and girls, they have higher standards for like who they want and what they are looking for in a partner.
Yeah, 100%.
But I don't know if it's just a Vancouver thing or if it's like a worldwide thing.
It might be a Vancouver thing, honestly. I heard like it's just really hard to date in the city.
Yeah, I hear that a lot too. But I don't know. Maybe we haven't explored enough. You know, I don't really. Whenever I travel, I don't look for a partner.
No.
You know what I mean? And I'm also very shy. So you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a
Andrew's like,
ooh. Yeah, it's the 2-finger emoji.
Ooh, woo.
Oh, my God. That's my energy.
Instead of SOS, it's ooh.
Ooh. God.
Yeah, it's a multi-pack.
Multi-pack?
There's different types of beers in there, bro.
Ooh.
Roulette it. Have you guys ever played like Russian roulette?
No. Like with a gun?
That's like real Russian roulette, bro.
With a Russian?
With Slav?
With Slav?
Hey, Slav, you play Russian roulette?
He just has a gun in his fucking drawer.
It's like, oh, I've been waiting for this day. Revolver.
Finally.
That should be wild. Would you guys ever do that though?
No, what the fuck?
Hell no.
With a gun?
Have you guys seen American Pie? Like one of them,
I've
one of the
seen
American
one of
Pies.
them. What do you getting at?
There's the one. I can't remember. It was like the one when they're in college, and it was like a fraternities and stuff.
Yeah.
But I remember in like one of the last scenes they had like a Russian roulette style game,
Yeah.
and it was like a revolver, and one of the canisters had like semen in it or something because because American Pie, right?
I do remember that.
And like they were just like I don't know, they were in this like they had this table and they'd just be passing the gun back and forth to each other and just spinning the revolver and hoping that they're like yelling at it, like hoping that there's no semen in the canister.
Fuck.
Dude, that shit would be fucking crazy, bro. I would
play that?
I would not play that. I'm not trying to get some semen in my mouth,
play
man.
That.
Yo, devil's advocate. $1 million on the line. You playing it?
Oh.
$1 million.
$1 million
Only if I win?
Yeah, so you don't get the semen in your mouth. But if you lose the $1 million and you get semen in your mouth.
Oh, yeah. You don't. It's either a win or a lesson.
And the lesson is.
What's
the lesson?
Semen tastes good. Lesson is, I might be gay. Oh, fuck.
Holy shit. I don't think I would take that risk.
No?
10 million.
10 million? That's kind of a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. If you win, though.
That's
again,
only if you win.
Lose, semen in the mouth, then that person
It's
has
like a
not
whole
been...
canister. It's like this.
Oh, fuck.
Like this much semen, bro.
Oh, it's like a capsule.
No, it's like this,
Am
bro.
I unhinged to say I think that's worth 10 million?
You would
Next
risk
question.
that.
That silence is deafening.
10 million? That's a lot. 10 million?
10 million is a lot.
10 million, bro.
But if you lose, you get a fucking.
I'm an optimist, dog. Like, I'm an optimist, man.
You take the mouthful, bro.
I'll take the money, bro. I'll take the money.
God damn.
I would do it because I know I'm lucky, but.
But what if your luck runs out in that moment?
In that moment, then I would never go to the casino. Then I would know. Lesson right there.
Yeah, lesson.
My luck's run out.
Fair. Holy shit.
That's so bad. American Pie, you said.
Oh my gosh.
Those movies are fucking wild, bro.
They are.
Crazy, dude.
The shit they got away with back in the day.
Yeah.
Early 2000s, bro. It's crazy.
Early 2000 movies always got away with everything.
I always remember like Rush Hour when Jackie Chan says the N-word. I'm like, oh my god, I forgot that he did that. Yeah, he does.
Which movie is that
The
one?
first
Which one?
I think it's is it the first one? No, it's the second one.
What?
Where he goes to like the like this bar.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, I remember.
I
don't want to repeat this. I'm not trying to be Jackie Chan right now. But
that was
somebody. They're watching
somebody.
horror movies upstairs.
Yeah, we're down here doing this stupid podcast. Just for you guys.
Wait, did you go through going back, which is way back, but going back to trips, did you go back to like your worst and best trip?
Oh, yeah, kind of. I went my worst trip was. Oh wow, we're wrapping this back up in the end.
I'm
of
going.
the episode. That's crazy.
I'm going back.
Cut.
I'm going back.
I think my worst trip was when I went to Disneyland with my significant other at the time. It started off pretty okay, but like, I don't know what happened. She just like started turning like really pissy. I think her contact like was starting to dry out, and like she was like sniffing a lot, and she's just like going through all the COVID symptoms.
Before COVID.
Back in 2012, you know what I'm saying?
Years before COVID.
And then like this is my first time at Disneyland, by the way, and it started off really funny because we went on the Guardians of the Galaxy ride.
I remember that.
And we went up like it's like basically a
It's
elevator.
like Tower of Terror, right?
Yeah.
It was Tower of Terror.
Yeah, and they changed it, right? I heard that.
So it's like a elevator. You just
Yeah.
literally on an elevator and you go up and down.
Yeah.
And like I'm terrified of heights.
Mm-hmm.
I'm literally screaming my ass off and I'm fucking swearing and shit. And I forget I'm at Disneyland. So there's kids
around.
There's hella kids around. And so I was just screaming. I didn't realize that no one else in the cart was screaming because they're all looking at me. They're literally watching me lose my mind. And then like my girl right next to me was like staring at me, and I was like, "Oh, what the fuck's going on?" And then we finally get off, and as we get off, everybody was giving me glances as we're walking out of the ride. And I was like, "What happened?" And I was like, and then she was like, "Babe, you were screaming so loud." And I was like, "Oh shit, was I really?" She's like, "Yeah, you're swearing so much. You look at how many kids are here right now." And I was like, "Fuck."
All the kids were like, "What a pussy."
Yeah, like
Little Nick.
yeah, Nick
was
was like,
he's like, "What a pussy, bro."
yo, Nick was like, "This guy a Timbit."
This guy fucking
This guy a
Timbit.
little Timbit. No, for real though. I was fucking scared for my life. But yeah, so like that was pretty good. And then after that, it just went downhill. I don't know. It's just like a lot of stuff happening. And again, like traveling with your significant other, if you're not like,
It's got its challenges.
if you're not communicating and you're not like tight like that, like,
because I feel
It
like
turns
traveling
out.
with a significant other, because you're staying in like a hotel room with them, right? If you've never like stayed with them for a long period
like
of
live with them,
time,
yeah.
it's essentially like a trial run to living with them. No, right? Because like you're with them every day.
Yeah.
Like you're doing all that. So like
Mm.
there's a lot of stuff that comes up that you never saw before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Like
know?
new problems that you never like worked through.
Yeah.
That you have to navigate. And at the time, again, like we're young, like we don't know how to navigate these things.
Mm-hmm. These things.
Just kidding. Yeah, we never like navigated these things before. Because again, we never lived alone. We never like experienced these things.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're trial running, living
Yeah.
together. Like
Mhm.
that's great.
How do you
Wow.
feel about like
Wow.
living with significant other? If you have, and I know like I have, and like I know Jayare has,
Yeah.
but like even in those trial runs, how do you feel about
You
like?
could the trips you can say.
For me, the trial runs, no, I don't think it was enough.
No,
I needed like more like maybe a little bit more
It
time.
was a little different, right?
Yeah, it was just a
Yeah.
little different because I
Mhm.
knew other people were in the house and
Yeah.
they were handling things. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm.
you know, it's just like it wasn't truly up to like it wasn't actually us living together
Mm.
alone.
Yeah.
Versus like if what if like me and my significant other went to Portland?
Yeah.
Right.
And it was just
That's
us.
facts.
it
two.
was just you two.
It was
yeah.
just us two.
Facts,
Then it's like
facts.
different. Then okay, we have to figure out like who's gonna cook and like
yeah.
all the things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
in those like team trips, other people can handle stuff, and then it's
Right. Responsibilities kind of split up.
Yeah, it's less responsibility on one person. So I can't really say, but I will tell you that I actually wasn't down to move out with. Yeah, I wasn't ready. And I don't think I'm still that ready to move out with a significant other, but I am ready to move out
On your own.
either on my own or with a friend
Mm.
or just like a roommate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just
you.
because I don't know, like the communication between significant others. I know that it's tough to navigate those areas,
Mm-hmm.
and personally, I haven't navigated those areas by myself yet. Like I don't know what goes on when you live alone. You know what I mean? I'm, like little stuff that like toilet paper, like stuff like
you
buying
never
like
think
toilet
about.
paper. You never think about. And I've heard horror stories of like first time moving out and you live with your significant other and you guys fight like all the time
That was me.
because you just don't know.
Yeah.
Like these things come up and you just aren't equipped to handle.
Yeah, for the
It's a
first
lot
few,
of adjustments.
yeah, for sure. Like the first few months, I remember like my significant other and I were fighting a lot more than we were,
Yeah.
and it's just obviously we didn't know why at the time, but looking back now, it's because we were in this new environment of
Mm-hmm.
living together. Living on our own for the first, well, not for the first time. Like she had lived on her own, like when she was like
Mm-hmm.
doing her program for school or something like that. But like living together as a couple for the first time, like that brings up new challenges for so many things.
Of course.
Like what if you don't like the way they do the dishes? Or,
Super
like-
small.
Like
but
really
it's a
small,
big thing.
but that could
Big
still bring like a whole
It
bunch of shit,
stacks, buddy, It stacks.
Yeah,
So
right.
What? Okay, that should. Okay, I thought the question. The question is here. The question is, what do you think is the most important thing to have a healthy relationship?
Ooh. I think it all comes down to communication.
Is it communication?
I think communication is like the biggest thing.
For me, I think it's loyalty.
Mm.
And I thought it was communication at first too, but talking, I've heard horror stories again, and I feel like loyalty comes first because even if you can't, or even if you're struggling with communicating what's happening, like the fights that you're going through, as long as you know that they're going to be loyal to you, and they're not going to go, oh man, like this problem is too much. I'm gonna fuck around right now. As long as you know that they're gonna be loyal to you,
Stick around to
and they're gonna stick around, that matters way more than if they're able to communicate properly. Because okay, they can communicate with me, but what if they're communicating that they don't want to be with me? You know what I mean? And they're gonna be good at that, fine. But loyalty is the biggest thing for me, I think.
No, that makes sense. I can see that.
But don't get me wrong. I was for the longest time, I thought communication was the biggest thing because I struggled with that.
I thought so too, because like from my experiences, it's like, for example, like, there's stuff in the past where I'm not the only one, but like you can communicate, but like what happens in certain relationships is like sometimes it's not a one and done problem, right? It's not like you guys communicate and then after you guys talk, it's done. Sometimes people relapse and get back into old habits, right?
Yeah.
So like you can communicate, but like if you're communicating every single time, that communication almost becomes a problem because it's like, hey, I didn't tell you once, I didn't tell you twice, I told you like 5 times now. And then it becomes a bigger issue. Like communication is huge. I agree with that. But I think
Sounds like some drama.
it's lessons.
Lessons.
W's and L's.
It's W's and L's, baby. So I think it's like, I do agree with Angie too. Like loyalty is a huge one, but I think what my opinion is, it's like making just like light of a situation, like in terms of like, yeah, like for example, if you're like living at home with somebody and then like they don't like the way that you do the dishes, it's like, is it really that big of a problem? Like, it's like it's dishes, like, yeah, I'll 100% correct the way that I do it, but it's like it's not something to like
not a big thing.
Break a relationship over. You know what I mean?
I see that.
Like I think picking your battles and being like, oh, like, yeah, like 100%, like it's an issue, but like let's solve it together and not like me versus you kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Because you're on the same team.
Yeah, 100%. So I guess it does tie to loyalty a little bit, where it's just like,
I see that. Yeah, because like I feel like most relationships that I hear about, or like even just like see like what you see portrayed in like TV and movies, it's always like the couples are like 2 teams, like it's guy versus girl.
Yeah.
Right. It's like who's right or who's wrong, right? But in those arguments, it's like it should be you two versus the problem.
I agree.
It's like you're tackling this issue together.
Yeah.
Because if you're in a relationship, like your goal is not to fight each other to like find some sort of problem to break up.
It's not to win.
It's not to win.
It's not to win.
It shouldn't be to win. And I feel like a lot of people think like they want to win because like I'm right, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Right?
It's a pride thing.
Definitely a pride thing.
Yeah.
But in those arguments, I feel like obviously it's hard to kind of shift your mind to that, and depends on what you've been through. But I feel like if you handle the problem like together, like you're looking at it like, kid, it's not like she's wrong, but like maybe looking at it as a whole, right? And like if she is wrong, you can say that, and then you can like kind of look at the different perspective of like, maybe is there something else that I did, right? I was like, or is there something that we can do together and like talk about and like fix together to make this problem more like manageable?
Yeah.
Right? Rather than just each other just spitting shit and like
getting nowhere.
Yeah, and you're not really gonna get anywhere with that.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Make sure y'all on the same team.
Yes, sir.
We all on the same
Relationships
team.
on the same
Yeah.
team. Your partner is your what do you call it? Your right hand person.
Right hand man.
Right hand man.
Right hand woman.
Person.
Right hand
Person.
Right hand person.
Person.
We new age. Right hand person.
yeah, on that note, I think that's a good place to end it.
That's a great place to end it.
Yeah, just make sure you're on the same team, and that doesn't only go for significant others. That goes for your friends too.
Friendships for sure
sir.
too.
Sometimes you just gotta have someone in your corner, and that's all that matters. You know.
Loyalty is royalty, guys.
Yeah. Honestly, again, I feel like loyalty has been such a eye opener for me, especially this year, and like a little bit of last year, as the most important aspect or quality in a person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, like who's gonna be around me when it gets tough.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
For
to
sure.
each its own. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
To each its own.
To each their own.
But yeah, this is a real deep episode. We didn't make that many jokes,
No.
honestly. We made way
No.
more jokes the last time.
Yeah.
Maybe it's an
dude.
hour, man.
Yeah, it's
Cause
fucking
what?
late.
It's like 2:30.
Oh,
It's 2:30
snap.
Is that time when we hit in the deep talks?
Yeah, it's
You
like
know?
the deep talk hour. So
Nothing ever happens. Nothing good ever happens 2 a.m. Okay.
3 a.m.
Oh
3 a.m. 3 a.m.
no, I thought it was 2 a.m.
2 a.m.
I think it's 2 a.m.
Yeah, we're gonna end it up
But-
now before we see some shit that's gonna get us canceled. You know,
I think we were said some shit that might get us.
I'm pretty sure we
yeah,
did.
fucking manatees and shit. Okay, all right. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the little Whistler episode. We'll be back in our own home. I think I'm gonna be away.
Yeah, Andrew's gonna be away again.
Again. Yeah, I hope you don't miss me too much. But, Lloyd and Josh are going to hold it down. And I hope you guys have a good rest of January. Yeah, wish me a happy birthday. Send me some presents. You know what I'm
Happy
saying?
birthday to you.
Birthday sex. You guys played all the birthday songs.
Yeah, we really did.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. You guys want to plug your socials?
Start with the guest.
I don't even remember my socials right now.
You don't know what your socials are?
Okay, you're private anyways. I don't think
That's facts.
you want to plug your TikTok?
Nah.
Okay. All right, that's JR.
We'll keep that under wraps for a little bit.
Okay, that's
Well,
JR.
his Instagram will be down below.
Yeah, I'll bet. Right here. Right
At
here.
least.
Okay.
His
Okay.
Instagram's at least.
It's I remember. It's like _JAYYYH.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
that's it.
I'm such a good friend.
Oh,
That's
damn.
his podcast.
That was my test.
That was a test.
Socials.
My socials are MJ3097
Yes, sir.
on Instagram.
And TikTok.
TikTok. I didn't get that handle, so it's MJ Enriquez 02.
Easy. And then my socials is _Alejandro for both TikTok and Instagram. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to see a cute boy dance a little bit? That's me. That's me.
That's the
you,
boy.
bro.
That's
Yeah.
the kid.
Anyways,
mans.
let's take this last shot
Let's
and
do
then
it.
we'll end it off. Yeah?
Let's do it.
boys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Good night, y'all.
Good night.
Night.
Peace out.
Peace.